Yo, what's the word? It's your boy Super coming back with another video. So go ahead and kick off your shoes, get comfortable. We're about to dive into the new Sweet 16 of the Real Housewives of Atlanta.
I really want to stay neutral, but this is hilarious.
Happy and sad about the new season. Reason why is because we got too many new faces in here and not enough originals. Um, yes, we can all sit back and say, oh, well, Kenya and Phaedra and Portia are the originals. They're actually not. They came in later. I'm meaning like some real OGs. I'm talking about some Nene Leaks, um, Lisa Wu. Like we need some new faces. I feel like you kind of destroy um, the program whenever you take all originals away from what has been broadcasted for what years? This is 16 years now. Yeah, I'm tripping. Sorry. But yeah, you kind of like you kill it off. Like you literally don't have not one original on here, and the closest one that you had to an original was Candy, and now she's gone. Um, so yeah, I feel like we need to go back. We need to get back to the basics if we want to see the show grow. Because right now it's been on a slow decline since what was that season 9 when Phaedra and Portia had that situation with Candy. But anyway, let's just go ahead and kick it off. So it starts off with Kelly, one of the new girls, and she's actually the one right next to Shamia right here in the photo. Um, Beautiful woman, real hot head. And the reason I said that she's a real hot head is because she's one of the ones who jumped off a cliff with Portia. We're gonna get into that a little later. Let me just go down. You know, I gotta type up some notes, so hold on. Kelly threw her daughter a 17th birthday party, and she gifted her 17 bags. She said her daughter loves purses and bags, so you know she gifted her 17 of them, which I thought was pretty dope. And they weren't just bags that you can go to at Burlington's and get. These are expensive bags. Well, I'm not gonna say expensive because I don't know. I wasn't there, but they look to be the real deal expensive purses, designer bags or whatever. Um, so she gives her the bags. She has two younger daughters that are twins, and she just happened to be talking amongst her friends or her family. I think it's her mom and somebody else was over there. She was talking to them about her daughter. Her daughter actually heard her and came over there. Well, the daughter actually asked, "Can she have some of her mom's tea?" Now, and like Kelly responds, it took me back to when I was younger. Like you know how when you we were young and you knew it was something in that cup that they didn't want you to have, but you would still ask your parents for it anyway. Some people used to get away with it because I know my grandparents would give me like beer, or you know what I'm saying. She would like let me taste the beer. She'd be like, "Oh, yeah, it's gonna make him sleep better at night." But anyway, it took me back to my childhood when that happened, and like her response, you could tell that she's done that before. Um, I don't know that to be a fact, but I'm just saying it looked to like she has done that before. She's like, "Oh no, you can't have none of mommy's tea or whatever," and then she tries to like redirect the conversation. All right, that really it really wasn't much going on with that. She is divorced now. When she first started filming, she was married. Um, don't know what's going on with that. That I'm pretty sure it's going to come down with the future episodes. So the next thing we have up is Portia. Portia's filing for divorce. Um, I and I can't say I don't know this to be true, but I don't believe Portia when she's saying that that's the reason that she's getting the divorce is because you know about the green card and she didn't want to expect to get a foreclosure and she not know what's going on with the finances and stuff like that because I feel like these are all the things you're supposed to learn about your partner before you even jump to marriage. Um, Especially if you know that he's not a United States citizen. Like, come on now. I don't know that don't sit right with me. Just like it didn't sit right with me about Phaedra not knowing about a pop. Well, let me not jump all the way back there. Anyway, you get the gist of what I'm saying. Um, but yeah, she goes in to file, and she still has the same divorce attorney that she had when she was with Cordell. Um, and this is almost what, like 10 years later, and here she is filing for another divorce. I think Portia is, how can I say this? Portia wants a certain lifestyle. Now I get it. Her last relationship was, or her last marriage was, she got done wrong. Like Cordell, did her wrong from what we saw. She didn't have a place to go. I think she ended up crashing at her mom's house for a while, whatever, till she got up on her feet. Um, but like, yeah, she was in a real bad headspace. So I could see, her wanting to build herself up and now have this prenup set in place. You know what I'm saying? Especially because she has a little girl named Pilar, and she, wants to pass all of her shit down to her daughter. Oh, sorry. We got these texts coming in. Let me do not disturb this. But she wants to pass that down to her daughter, which, anybody would. Um, but yeah, she goes and talks to her divorce attorney, and they just kind of go down memory lane again, and tell about what's about to happen or what's about to transpire. Um, moving right along, Shamia. Shamia has dinner with Kelly and Brittany, or Britt. I don't know if her name is Brittany or Britt. I think it's Britt. Uh, and Kelly, this is where Kelly like kind of pissed a lot of people off. She jumps the gun and she brings up the Portia taking this woman's man, and she does it in front of Shamia and Britt. Uh, did I say wait? Kelly does this, not Britt. I'm sorry if I said Britt. But Kelly does this, and of course that's Shamia's best friend. They've been best friends for a while. I think they grew up together in school or high school or something like that. But of course Shamia defends her and tries to take up as much as she can for her, even though Shamia knows that shit looked crazy. It just looked absolutely insane. Um, and so after they talk about that, they bring up the situation with Drew dating Dennis. Now nobody knows this to be a fact; it's just speculations. Um, but Shamia gonna go back and tell Portia. Of course, that's what any good friend would do. And she does that. Now Portia is gonna jump to defense because that's the supposedly this is their first run in with each other. Even though Kelly has already said Portia knew who she was, Portia's gonna act like she doesn't know. So of course, Portia jumps to the fence and was like, "No, I don't want to get to know her," and all of that. She's just like the people, on the blogs and stuff like that. Typical defense behavior, you know what I'm saying? Especially when it's some things that you're leaving out. It's like, well, I'm not even gonna get into that. Watch my mouth. Um, so let me see. Where was I at? Yeah, y'all know I got to do notes because I'm still trying to get myself into this where I can just come off the top of the head with stuff. Um, but Portia didn't want to really get to know her or anything. Um, Shamia and Kelly link up. They talk. She lets her know that she told Portia about it, about her questioning that situation with Simon. Kelly was like, "Oh yeah, I already knew." She was like, "I knew because Portia made a shady comment on Amazon Live." Um, so Shamia's like, "Oh Lord, okay, cool." My advice would be to Shamia: as soon as you went ahead and, I mean, me, I'm one of them friends that if you said something about my friend, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you that I'm gonna tell my friend, right? Because you shouldn't be having a conversation about my friend when my friend's not around. So I'm gonna already let you know so that way you won't think that I'm being fake or phony when I go back and drop this bomb in their lap. Um, all right, so now we get into Shamia's birthday party, and Cynthia's there, and Kenya gets there, and the husbands are there. Now it looks very weird because the husbands are actually sitting in the kitchen with the women. Now I'm gonna be honest with you. I just gotta be honest. Britt, her husband. How can I say this? I don't want to. I don't want to be rude, or I don't want to come off like I'm trying to say he is. He reminds me of like a best friend. He looks like he should be her best friend. Just friend. They shouldn't be married. They should just be friends. Like he could be dating somebody else. She could be dating somebody else. That's what it looks like. It gives off like you could be her stylist or something like that. It really didn't scream husband vibes, not to me personally. But the husbands are all in the kitchen with the women, and they look uncomfortable as the women are sitting there, having their little catty conversations. Um, Fast forward, is it Angel? I think it's Angel or Angela. Her husband, yeah, Angela Oakley, yeah, her husband sees that her wig, her lace is coming up, so he like, hey, you need to go to the bathroom, go check that out real quick or whatever. So she's like, okay, cool. Say, it's hot out there. It's Georgia we talking about, so it's like the makeup and the glue and all that ain't really gonna sit like it's supposed to. So of course it starts lifting. It's about to fly away. She goes and she handles that. Now Kenya starts to be shady towards Britt about her wedding ring, and was bringing up, well, isn't this like the second wedding ring or something like that? Now I gotta play devil's advocate in this, because if we gonna give Kelly that heat for bringing up that Portia situation with Simon, we got to give that same heat to Kenya, because Kenya is just jumping straight at Brittany like, well, isn't this your second wedding ring from your second husband or something like that? And Britt's like, no, this is, she basically pulled a Nene. She was married to the same man. She got divorced and she remarried him. So same thing we seen, other housewives do. Um, which, speaking of, hold on, let me backtrack a little bit. Why is there only two housewives, three housewives on this season? I don't understand that, because Kenya's not married, she's divorced. Phaedra's not married, she's divorced. Portia is getting divorced. Drew is on the way to divorce if she hasn't already, if it hasn't already been granted. The only person that's married is Shamia, Britt, and Angela. That's it. That's it. So it's like the real divorcees of Atlanta. This is not really giving the real housewives of Atlanta. But that's another story for another day. So Britt, corrects Kenya. This is the same husband I've been with. I just remarried him, and we got a bigger ring. Um, but she feels some type of way, because she feels like, Kenya, you shouldn't be questioning me about this. You need, if anything, you should be questioning me about how to keep a man, because simple fact, I'm still with mine. You done went through a divorce, plus you done had speculations in the past about you paying people to be your man. So I get where Britt's coming from. You know what I'm saying? I will feel the same way. Um, let's see what's up next. So Portia is actually, let me backtrack. Shamia's about to get her gift for her car. Everybody's outside, ready for her to see what this car is. So she finally sees what the car is. She's excited. She gets this Cullinan Rolls Royce. And she's excited as anybody would be. Somebody gives you that. That's like a $450,000 car. So she's hyped up or whatever. Guess who hits the corner? Miss Williams, Mrs. Gubadia. Well, let me not say that, because I think it's final with them. Well, I don't know. They're still in court, I believe. Whatever. But Portia hits the block, and then she comes in, and of course, Kelly feels a way about it. She's like, "Ooh, not on her, not on her moment, not in her moment," and she's looking like, "Ooh." But she's not the only person that felt that way, because Shamia also felt that way and was like, "Hey, I normally like to let people get their shine, but this right here to the left." To the left, and she put emphasis on it, because this is my birthday. You already late. You late. We done did several different situations or scenes, and you have yet to be there. Portia did admit on Watch What Happens Live that that was something that she was in the middle of the divorce. She couldn't film in the house, so she was doing a separate shoot at her house over in wherever, Duluth area, and she couldn't get there or whatever. I think that's a lie.
Close your mouth. You little liar. Close your mouth.
I feel like that's a lie. I don't know that to be true. Um, I don't know that to be a lie. I only feel that way is because, some fact, you got to think about this. Bravo and Truly Original has the production already lined up. So for you to say that you were shooting a scene there, but the cameras are over here shooting Shamia's scene, you can't tell me that they're not gonna talk to each other and they're not gonna come out with a plan so that way you are there on time. If anything, what could have happened is you could have had your shoot earlier that morning and you just was running behind because you had to get Pilar situated or whatever was going on and then get there. But it just, I don't know, it sounds sketch to me. Um, I'm excited to see what else is coming. I can't be mad at Kelly because Kelly is like, I need to get this peach. You know what I'm saying? I got to secure the bag, as she should. Um, this is gonna be a very interesting season. I think I'm ready for Phaedra to get there. Um, it's been a lot of things said about Kenya because Kenya didn't have not one confessional. Y'all barely showed her. What that made me think of is it made me think it was just like it was when they were phasing Nene out. They got less, she got less airtime. It just every time you turn around, it was less, 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 and to the point where she was just gone. So I don't know if Kenya's like pay grade is just too high. They ain't trying to pay her like that no more, or what. But that situation that they said was about revenge P and all that kind of stuff, they're using that as a way to phase Kenya out. Um, I don't know how that's gonna go, but I had a lot of people was upset about that, especially on Twitter. Um, Twitter, Kenya was trending before Real Housewives of Atlanta was trending. That's how bad it was. So I'm really thinking that people really not gonna be messing with this new season like that. It's just too many familiar faces, not enough for OGs, and too many new faces. So we got to get to know 3 other people when we still got, I don't know. It's a lot going on with this season, and I really feel like they're gonna lose a lot of viewership. However, I'm excited to see what's gonna come because I'm staying corrected if I'm wrong. Um, but they're gonna have to bring the heat. They definitely gonna have to bring the heat. Let's take a look at some of the tweets that was going on. One of them said, "Who was this? Air Jordan." She said, "People who come into the group with a problem with someone immediately just for camera time is so overplayed. Relax and at least try to make friends first. You don't have to show us off rip how confrontational you are. Relax." She's talking about Kelly. She got to be talking about Kelly. Because Kelly is the one who nosedived into some shit right off the rip. She didn't really waste no time. But in her defense, if you are trying to fight to make sure you keep like your place in this show, you have to be confrontational. This is reality TV, and a lot of people say it's not scripted. It's not, but you know what to expect. You know what you should be doing. You want to keep your name in the headlines. That way, you keep the show in the headlines. That solidifies your place. You know what I'm saying when it comes to the show. So I kind of get where Kelly's coming from because if we being honest, what's her name? Britt from that first episode. Britt didn't really give me a lot, and Angela didn't really give me a lot. It gave me that Shamia's gonna carry this whole season. Her and Portia are gonna have to carry this whole season, basically. Portia really think it was about her, but if you saw that house Shamia got and that car, that just screams wealth. And I'm happy for Shamia because Shamia she always takes the back seat and she really got it like that. And I think that's really what Portia wanted with her African man was that lifestyle, which Portia had it at one point. It looked good for the cameras. We don't know how much of that was real because from, from what they say on Google, Simon's been here back when Portia was even born, and he was doing illegal stuff back then, and they was trying to deport him back, and it was just a whole cluster with that. But anyway, let me not get on that tangent. Let's go to the next one. Uh, Sim Sim says, "Gonna be honest, I feel like I'm watching Love and Hip Hop." Ooh, yeah, I see that. This one right here, everybody loves JP. Britt's husband is giving me a little DL Trey vibe. I wasn't the only one that picked up on it. I wasn't gonna say it because some effect. I don't want it to look like a black man turning down another black man, but that it definitely didn't give husband vibes. It definitely gave friend vibes, best friend, stylist type of let me get you together, let me get your hair together, let me get your makeup together vibes. That's the kind of vibes it gave me. Um, Glad to see somebody else thought that. After who is this? Green Tea Guru. After viewing Real Housewives of Atlanta, whatever happened, Brittany did it. I keep wanting to say her last name. Free Kenya. Um, a lot of people was pissed off about Kenya not being on there. These faces are nipped and tucked. They are, but these all some beautiful ladies. Like, ain't nobody ugly on the season at all. They all look good. Um, Money reside. I want to give the new girls fair chance, but I don't like them already. And I think that's just because a lot of people are accustomed to having simple shade, something that eases the storyline. Like, how can I say it? Like, we used to people that can ease into the storyline. We're not used to somebody just, no, hey, I'm gonna dive off this cliff into the mess, like in first 5 minutes. Like we ain't used to that. I don't know. But that's just my idea. I would love to hear what you think about the episode and what you're excited to see coming forward, coming in the future. And make sure y'all like, share, subscribe, and I'll holler at y'all in the next video. Peace out.